The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Hello and welcome into Week 9 of the Ashley Ingram Show as Carson-Newman celebrates a happy homecoming and a happy senior day with a 28-7 win over the Anderson Trojans. Hello everyone, I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside Carson-Newman head football coach Ashley Ingram. Ashley, congratulations. You have completed the home regular season section of your schedule unbeaten and celebrate two high-level events between homecoming and senior day with the win. It wasn't pretty at times offensively, but you found footing in the second half and defensively played lights out to get the job done. Sum up the day with a lot of festivities going on in the background, a quality 3-touchdown win over a first-year program. Yeah, we're just excited to get another win. We went undefeated at home in the regular season to get a win on homecoming. For our defense to play that well, obviously all of it's great and exciting. Offensively, we got off to a slow start. We've just had so many quarterback issues and so many injuries, and Trey Luttrell started the game. The young man is as tough as they get. He's one of the toughest young men I've been around, and so we just had a tough time. And give Anderson some credit for changing up some things on defense as well. But fortunately, we got it going in the second half. Defensively, 14 tackles for loss. It was a push all day long into the Trojans' backfield. 14 tackles for loss is the sixth most in a game in school history. Was it just simple as that? You had a high-level push, and the line of scrimmage was moving backward as soon as the ball was snapped? Yeah, the defensive front played great. Linebackers played great. Our defensive staff and Coach Slade did a great job. Great game plan. We were aggressive, and I thought our defense played lights out. Offensively, this game was a rock fight for a long time. I think I looked down at one point, middle of the second quarter, and the teams hadn't yet combined for 90 yards of offense. Right. And then you broke through with the big play, the long touchdown pass to Jeremiah Carroll. I want to touch on Trey Luttrell for a second. One, remarkable that he even returned to the field this season after the hit he took against Wingate. So he gives it a go, but then Justin Johnson comes in and is the guy that throws the touchdown pass. What did you see out of your two quarterbacks, but especially Justin in the second half? Right. Well, like I said, Trey's is tough and as gritty and as they get. He's been awesome. He's recovering from knee surgery after last season. Then he was injured on his other leg again. He's in 2 knee braces, so he gives us everything he has. So I couldn't be more proud of who he is and what he stands for and what he does. Justin is a very good football player. We've known that all along. He's got savvy, he can run, he can throw the football. We were trying to redshirt him. So where it stood on the depth chart has nothing to do with his ability or what we thought of him. We just thought that we had 4 guys ahead of him that were older guys that did not have the opportunity to redshirt, so we were going to try to sit back and redshirt Justin, but he came in the game and he played great. We were doing some media stuff with the quarterbacks. This is either right as fall camp started or in the summer, and they were marveling that this is such a veteran room. If a freshman's playing, something catastrophic has occurred with how much veteran depth was in the room. Well, something catastrophic occurred. Yeah. Remarkable that you're sitting at 8-1, having played 5 quarterbacks this year, and we're not talking about, you got a lot of mop-up duty because you're blowing teams out. These are 5 quarterbacks that have taken snaps in substantial situations. What does that say about the collective, chutzpah of the group? Right. Well, I think what it says is we've got a good group there.
They're resilient. They're tough. Coach Peterson's done a great job getting all those guys ready. Who else in America, what other team in football could survive the injuries we've had there? We would not be sitting here with 8 wins if we did not have all 5 of those quarterbacks to be able to come in games and to perform when we had to have it. So I think it's remarkable. I've never been around anything like it. And I don't know if there's a team in America at any level that could survive this the way we've been able to do it.
The historical reference point, 2011 Carson-Newman football, I think was on to its 7th string quarterback that year through a variety of things, and that was a losing record. That was a 5-6 team. So again, just bonkers. Carson-Newman wins over Anderson 28-7. We'll break down the first half when we come back after these messages on the Ashley Ingram Show.
Believe in Nashville. Believe in Memphis, Chattanooga, and Knoxville. Believe in communities where people take care of each other. Believe in staying true to your word and treating others the way you'd want to be treated. We do, because we believe in you. We're Farm Bureau Insurance, and we don't just believe in Tennessee, we believe in Tennesseans. Farm Bureau Insurance, Tennessee's insurance company.
When it comes to the things you love the most in life, you want an insurance company who knows you and cares about you. At Carriage Hill Insurance, that's not just what they do, that's who they are. Whether it's home, auto, life, or business, you'll get the best coverage for the best cost. From Tennesseans who know Tennesseans. Carriage Hill Insurance. Insurance with a human touch.
Hey guys, it's Mark from the all-new Rusty Wallace Hyundai, and we're proud to be supporters of the Carson-Newman Eagles. At Rusty Wallace Hyundai, we're home of the 200,000-mile warranty and 3 years free maintenance. And we want to wish Coach Ingram and all the coaches, players, and fans a great football season. So come and check us out at RustyWallaceHyundai.com. So from my family and all the Rusty Wallace Hyundai family, talons up!
Back on the Ashley Ingram Show as Carson-Newman triumphs on Senior Day, 28-7 over the Anderson Trojans. Adam Cavalier, the voice of the Eagles, alongside Carson-Newman's head football coach, Ashley Ingram. Ashley, this one started slow. It was a slog, whatever adjective you want to come up with, rock fight, watching paint dry. Defensively, it was, I suppose, entertaining for the defenses, but offensively took a while for both teams to get going. Fortunately for Carson-Newman, your team got going sooner than Anderson. What did it take to finally find your footing with the long play action pass to Jeremiah Carroll late in the second quarter to break through?
Right. I think when we brought Justin into the game, there was a little spark. Now, not initially. I think we fumbled some snaps and had some false starts. But, you know, the other thing that happened during the game is we lost our top 2 centers. I don't know if you know that. And Colt Sonor had to come in and finish the game for us. Which was obviously great for Colt. But no, we finally got it going, and you know, we maybe simplified some things at halftime, and the guys responded well. Again, credit to our defense, and I know we keep talking about all the injuries on offense and overcoming them. We wouldn't be able to do that if our defense didn't play as well as they've been playing. So, you know, our defenses give us an opportunity in every single game, so hats off to our coaching staff there.
Linebacking core continues to make a pretty significant impact, and that bore itself out on Saturday. Cruz Temple, Christian Hicks, Mekhi Brown. You know, it's not a defense that has crazy numbers, but just 3 guys in those 3 that have been steady all year long. And finally, I felt like got to reap some rewards with some tackles for losses and sacks on Saturday. What can you say about that core?
Well, Coach Allman does a great job with them. They play hard. They play fast, and all 3 are talented guys. So, no, they've been a bright spot all season.
Carson-Newman had the lead at the halftime break, 7-0. It's a shorter reel this week, and here are those first half highlights. Side left, single man, short side right. Wesley back to pass. Cruz Temple blitzes him up the middle, and Mekhi Brown finishes him off. A sack back to the 15. Temple and Brown in his grill on the word go, and it was a nifty shake and bake from Temple that blew the play up. 4th and Carr.
Snap back to Wesley, ankle height. Steps up in the pocket, throws the crossing, middle of the field, incomplete. Christian Hicks bats it away before it could get to Jalen Worthen Carr on the crossing route up at the 43-yard line. He would have needed to catch and run a little bit, but Christian Hicks left no doubt.
No.
Wesley claps twice, takes the snap.
There's a
get
bootleg.
Blown up. Bootleg to the left. Wesley going to try to run, but he won't get away from Major Williams. Eagles read it well. They were in the backfield on the snap, blew up the mesh point. Wesley tried to pull it off to the left, but Major Williams with the speed to chase him down. Steve at his own 46-yard line. Campbell pulls in the snap, gets it off with his right leg. A sidewinding kick bounces at the 45. Brown fields it back at his 40 and is immediately chopped down by the long snapper, Andrew Bradshaw. First and 10 Trojans, their own 40. Wesley will RPO and keep it to the left side. He's grabbed by Champ Baker over the left side numbers and dragged forward across the 45 up to the 47-yard line. 79 yards of offense in this one. Give is to C right side. C is met in the backfield, spun around by Sherman Turner Jr., and that's a loss of 1 back to the 46. Well done by the freshman transfer out of Anderson. In the gun, C to his right, takes the snap. Will hand off C left side stretch play. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide from Jacory Long, who brings him down on the scruff of the Eaglehead logo back at the 49-yard line. A loss of 4 on the play at 2nd and 14. Wesley takes the pistol snap, 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket. He will not escape. He's sacked back at the 39-yard line by Jimmy Olorinde. They need to win today to stay in it. Wesley will give left side James. James is stopped in the backfield. A loss of 2 back to the 41. Christian Hicks snaps him down 2 yards deep in the backfield. Carson-Newman with Justin Johnson back into the game at quarterback. He's dropping back to pass on a play fake. Going to air long Jeremiah Carroll. Carroll, can he run under it? Yes, he can at the 25. He keeps his feet across the 10, and Carroll is housebound. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Justin Johnson, his first career pass is a 77-yard dime to Jeremiah Carroll. Some instant offense on play action, and the Eagles lead 6-0 with 2:51 to go in the second quarter.
Those are the first half highlights as Carson-Newman led it at the halftime break, 7-0 over the Anderson Trojans. Ashley Ingram, what was the message in the halftime locker room to your team?
Well, the first message was great job defense, keep it up. Offensively, we needed to get things going, and they responded. It was not chaos, it was not a panic moment or anything like that, but we just needed to play better.
You've had some of these games where it felt like, hey, you need a drive to start the second half, and for a third consecutive week, you do score on that first possession. Fourth consecutive week, you do score on the opening possession of the second half. What's that say about your team and its ability to make some adjustments to start the second half?
I think it says a lot. I think it says we're resilient. I think it says we've got a tough group. Obviously, we're, Coach Peterson and the offensive staff are doing a good job making some adjustments. But that kind of middle 8, the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half are all obviously big in the game. And I think we've been, for the most part, pretty good on both sides of it.
You look at the moments for Senior Day. Always want those good time vibes and let some guys who have plied their trade for the program for a long time have some moments. Felt like you had that on spades on Saturday. Jelon Pearson has been with the program for a long, long time, and he gets his second career touchdown to put you up a couple scores in the second half. How gratifying is it to you as a coach? I know it's just year one for you, but to see some guys who have committed themselves to the sport for, in some instances, greater than half a decade collegiately, have a moment in the sun in their final home game.
Right. It's huge. I'm excited for those guys, for us to be able to close it out with a win, for a lot of those guys to play well and have a significant impact on the game was great. But I think the biggest part of, and I said this to the team, is of us turning around is really the senior class buying in. is the older guys, the leadership of the football team really bought into what we were trying to do here, and they've been great. And the reason we're successful is because of that senior class for sure.
Carson-Newman gets the win over Anderson 28-7 on homecoming and senior day. We'll break down the second half when we come back after these messages. This is the Ashley Ingram Show.
Believe in Nashville. Believe in Memphis, Chattanooga, and Knoxville. Believe in communities where people take care of each other. Believe in staying true to your word and treating others the way you'd want to be treated. We do, because we believe in you. We're Farm Bureau Insurance, and we don't just believe in Tennessee, we believe in Tennesseans. Farm Bureau Insurance, Tennessee's insurance company.
On game night, winning is everything. But life's big wins happen off the court. When you win a heart. When you win their trust. When you win their respect. First Bank's community banking is perfect for life's big wins because of what we're big on. You. Make us part of your team for life's biggest wins.
Back on the Ashley Ingram Show as Carson-Newman collects a 28-7 homecoming win over the Anderson Trojans. Eagles are 8-1 and 6-1 in the league and back atop the Mountain Division table. I'm Adam Cavalier alongside the Eagles head man Ashley Ingram. Ashley, it was the second half where your team surged, and I heard public address announcer Jamie Hamer continually updating the score of the Mars Hill, Emory, and Henry game, which Carson-Newman, big-time Mars Hill Lions fans, on Saturday, a win by the Lions, helps put you back in first place, sole possession of first place in the Mountain Division. Did that news filter its way onto the sideline at all as the game went on, as business picked up in the second half? Felt like it was coinciding with Mars Hill beating E&H.
Right. I didn't hear it on the sideline. I did. I heard a score before we went out to kick off. I think they played at 1 and we played at 3, right? But I did not hear it on the sideline, maybe till really late in the game.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was great. Obviously, I've been super impressed with the play in the league. Emory and Henry's got a great football team. Mars Hill is really good as well. Their quarterback's dynamic. I didn't have a chance to watch that game yet, but I assume he had a big hand in the win. But we just got to take care of business, this week versus Tusculum.
You allude to the league. There truly are no gimmies this year in the South Atlantic Conference. The quality of football. I don't know that there's the overwhelming force that there has been in the league in years past, where you feel like you've got a team that can make a run to the semifinals of the national title game. Maybe that you do, but the overall steadiness of the SAC is pretty outrageous this year. Do you have that same impression year one for yourself?
No, I've been impressed with the players. I've been impressed with the coaching. Wynn gets a team that's kind of been dominant defensively all year long, so they're really, really good. So they may be a team that will have to be reckoned with in the playoffs. Maybe others as well.
Yeah. So you look at the second half. Got a lot of guys involved. James Maddox gets some carries. Played a ton of players. How gratifying was that to work in some folks who had seen the field but maybe hadn't gotten touches this season? Right.
It was great. The last 3 plays, we probably would have normally taken a knee there.
Yeah.
But we just had the opportunity to play some seniors that had not played a lot this season and to get them some live reps. And I thought it was important for them to play football rather than go out and take a knee.
Carson-Newman gets the job done over the Anderson Trojans by a final score of 28-7. Here are those second half highlights.
Still with a sidecar, low snap, picked up, handoff. Campbell right side, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. From Chico Mason, Martavis from 96 South Carolina drags him down in the backfield, back at the 22.
Time out on the field. That's Carson-Newman's second time out of the half.
Wesley in the pistol, takes the snap, will pull it. Wesley tries the right side and will not run away from Kendall Williams, who bashes him down along the right sideline. at the line of scrimmage at the 22. No gain.
Timeout.
30 seconds left in the first half. Wesley takes and hands off gun. Left side, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide for him. Cruz Temple and Mekhi Brown shoot the gaps and stop him 2 yards deep in the backfield. Back at the 29-yard line. Second down, 12 to go. With C off his left hip. Wesley Claps takes the snap, gives straight ahead C, runs smack dab into Martavis Mason. Stands him up, spins him around, and he loses a yard back to the 33. 10th tackle for loss on the day for Carson-Newman defensively. Johnson under center in the flex bone. Brings Ferguson in motion, takes the snap, gives to Sullins right side. Sullins hops through a tackle. Sullins off and running. Sullins into the second level. He's across the 40 and across midfield. Sullins in a foot race with 2 men to beat. Sullins angling left sideline inside the 20, and he's shoved out of bounds down at the 17-yard line by Carter Witt. A huge gainer for Jaden Sullins. Johnson under center in the flex bone. 1st and 10 from the Anderson 17. Johnson takes, quarter of the league in red zone efficiency. 84% of the time they score. 2nd and goal from the 4. Johnson takes, gives Sullins straight ahead. Sullins pounding the rock straight up the gut for 6. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Jaden Sullins, 7th rushing touchdown of the season. He gallivanted 75 yards to set up the Eagles up in the red zone, and he finishes the drive with a 4-yard touchdown plunge. 13-0 Eagles lead, 9:22 to play in the third.
Now, getting a little bit more excited. The defense continued to dominate.
Wesley will toss it to Campbell left side. He got away from Major Williams. He will not get away from Kendall Williams. Kendall finishes him off back at the 18-yard line. That's a loss of 3 to bring up 2nd down and 13 to go on the 11th tackle for loss of the day for Carson-Newman defensively. It's under center. Sullins behind him. Man in motion, Ferguson. Toss his way. Ferguson looking for the edge. He has it. He's across the 40. He's across the 45, and he's wrestled down out of bounds up at midfield into Anderson territory and out of bounds down at the 49-yard line. Give him 16 yards on the ground for Cam Ferguson on the rocket toss to the right. 1st and 10 Eagles. Johnson under center in the flex bone. Takes the snap. Lead to the right. Johnson into the 2nd level. Close to 1st down yardage. Has 1st down yardage over the right hashes. He's across the 25 and 20 and knocked down by Sturgeon inside the right hashes down at the 19. 11 yards for Justin Johnson and tight to the line. Johnson takes, tosses to the right side for Pearson. Pearson has the edge. Pearson to the 5. He's got the end zone. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Happy senior day, Jalon Pearson. The 6th-year player finds pay dirt from 17 yards out. And the Eagles have made it a 3-score game, 20-0, with 3:01 to play in the third quarter. Campbell's to his left, trips go to the right. Snap back and the handoff. No, Wesley keeps it left side, and Wesley is cut down in the alleyway by Cruz Temple at the kneecaps in the boundary left side up at the 25-yard line. Just a gain of 1. 2nd down, 9 to go. Wide side right, tight end, short side left. Toss to the right to Campbell. He's pursued in the backfield, and Campbell is caught by Mekhi Brown and slung down for a loss back at the 21. That is -4 on the play. 12th tackle for loss on the day for Carson-Newman defensively. 1 away from the top 10 for a single game in school history. Wesley from the gun, Campbell to his right. Wesley pulls in a low snap, 3-step drop. He's pressured, escapes to the left, back to the right. Wesley is hit. Wesley is sacked. Overwhelmed by Mekhi Brown and Christian Hicks, who thump him down back at the 8. A loss of 13 on the 13th stop behind the line for Carson-Newman defensively today. Tied for the 7th most in a single game in school history. Wesley out of the gun on 1st and 10. Blitzed up the middle by Cruz Temple. Evades that. He will not evade Dedrick McClain, though, who drags him down over the eye of the Eagle Head logo in Carson-Newman territory down at the 48-yard line. 2-yard gain. It's 2nd down and 8 to go. He is in the gun. Claps his hands twice. Now a 3rd time. Takes a low snap, knee height, steps up, zips middle of the field. That is intercepted. Kendall Williams has it. Williams on his horse to the left sideline. Cuts back left inside the 35, inside the 30, and he's wrestled down inside Anderson territory, down at the 29-yard line by Brown. Kendall Williams, big-time senior day moment with a pick, and it sets the Eagles up with 1st and 10 from the Trojans' side of the 50. Flexbone, Sullins behind him. Man in motion, Adebayo. Johnson turns and gives to Sullins right side. Sullins steps free at the 10, high steps to the 5. Sullins powers it to the house. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. 21 yards on the ground for Jaden Sullins. Sullins is into the end zone for the 2nd time today, and he's crested the century mark for the 3rd time in his career. 27-0, Eagles lead. 4:36 to play in the 4th quarter. Against a sack foe since 2022. Handoff is to Gunn left side. Gunn is chased down by Justin Rouse, and Rouse wrangles him down in the backfield back at the 27-yard line. Loss of 3 on the play. Eagles will snap it, give it straight ahead. And James Maddox will close out this game with a 2-yard carry up to the 30. It's a happy senior day. It's a happy homecoming for Carson-Newman as the Eagles use a dominant defensive effort to pick up a 28-7 win over the Anderson Trojans, behind the 6th most tackles for loss in a single game in school history. Great second half, Mike Turner. Defense set up the offense. Offense capitalizes. And the Eagles are 8-1 and back in the driver's seat for the Mountain Division. Quality effort, especially after halftime for Carson-Newman. Those are the second half highlights as the Eagles pick up a 28-7 homecoming and senior day win over the Anderson Trojans. When we come back on the Ashley Ingram Show, it's time for our Talent Talk. That's after this.
At Carson-Newman, we're not just creating nurses, we're shaping leaders. Where else can you find a university that offers full room and board plus an unlimited meal plan for our ROTC scholarship cadets? Only here, where excellence meets generosity. Step into our state-of-the-art skills lab, a sanctuary for practical learning exclusive to our nursing students. It's here that excellence becomes second nature. With our student-focused approach, every class is an opportunity for personalized growth, thanks to our exceptional student-to-professor ratio. Experience a learning environment where collaboration thrives, supported by a strong bond between cadres and students, ensuring your success is never left to chance. And for those aiming to join our esteemed nursing program, high priority are given to Army ROTC nursing scholarship recipients, a testament to our commitment to your future. Dive into a nursing program where your military training at CST translates into academic credits, a rare opportunity to fast-track your degree. Join a battalion recognized for its outstanding performance, celebrated by the VA and the East Tennessee Military Affairs Council. This is where leaders are born, when you're not just prepared for the future, but you're prepared to lead it.
Back on the Ashley Ingram Show as Carson-Newman collects a 28-7 homecoming and senior day win over the Anderson Trojans. Time now for this week's Talent Talk. And walking the field with Andrew Rogers, it's Martavis Mason.
Hi again, everyone. This is another episode of Talent Talk. I'm Andrew Rogers, and this is defensive lineman Martavis Mason.
Snap back and a handoff straight ahead, and not much running room there for Ethan Wallace. He is hugged and slammed down for 2 yards between the hashes up at the 46-yard line. Martavis Mason, David Alexander, punch him down, gain of 2.
Martavis, let's start walking down the field here. You're from 96, South Carolina. Describe to me your hometown.
96 is a very small town. Not much to do down there. Just a lot of underdog football players.
Okay. How would you describe how you got to Carson-Newman? What stood out about this school, and why did you choose to pursue a college degree here?
Honestly, the recent wide receiver coach that was here, Justin Zimmerman, recruited me. He reached out to me, wanted me down for a visit. And when I got down here, it just felt like home. And it was just a great atmosphere and experience.
All right, in high school, at 96 High School, you played football, you also wrestled. So how did those two sports benefit you in different ways?
Mostly wrestling is more of a one-on-one sport, and it just makes you more physical, and I use that on the football field. Wrestling helps more with hips, so like it just made me a better football player.
Okay. Your nickname is Chico.
Yes,
so
sir.
Who was the first to term that for you, and do you like it?
Yes, sir. I love I love that name. But my brother's name was Cheeks because his cheeks was big. So I guess my mom just thought Chico was a good name for me, and it just stuck, and it's just been sticking with me since.
All right, I like it. I like it. Let's change it up. I'll ask you a couple fun questions here to go along with that. What's your favorite meal of the day?
Favorite meal? Honestly, I got to go with some either fried or baked chicken, some macaroni, some green beans, and some rice.
Okay, is that a dinner thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes,
so
sir.
if you could have that exact meal and choose 3 people in all of history, who would you pick?
To cook it?
No, just to eat with it.
Just to eat?
Yep, you're hosting, so you got to pick 3 people to join you.
I would say Aaron Donald.
Okay.
Shannon Sharp, and let's go with I just say one of my teammates. I'll go with Christian Hicks.
Okay, all football players.
Yes, sir.
All right, transition back to football here. Made an immediate impact last year as a freshman. You've started every game this year. How have you been able to burst onto the scene, and how did that first year give you confidence?
I would say being more focused on and off the field with film. Just having my teammates to encourage me and motivate me just the same way how I'm gonna do them, and just having hard work and hard effort.
As a defensive lineman and edge rusher, you and Ja'Cory Long do similar things. You're on one side, he's on the other. Certainly he's been here a long time. What have you picked up from him, and how have you adapted that to your game?
When I first got here, he took me under his wing. I learned a lot from him, a lot about college football, and he taught me a lot, and he's still teaching me a lot here today.
All right, Martavis, enjoyed the walk. Best of luck
sir.
the rest of your career.
Yes, sir.
That is sophomore defensive lineman Martavis Mason on this episode of Talent Talk.
All right, thank you very much, Andrew, Ashley, Ingram, Martavis, Chico, whatever you call him. None too shabby on Carson-Newman's front four. What's he meant to this defense and your program?
For one, he's a great young man. He is a very good football player, but man, he is tough as they come. He's one of those guys, every time you look up, he's out there. So he may have played as many reps or more reps than anybody on the football team. And he's playing it on the defensive line where he's getting double teamed and all those things. But he's a very good football player, but he's a great young man. And I know he's young, but he's one of the leaders on the team.
Does not get any easier from here. You're heading to a place where Carson-Newman hasn't won in a decade. Eagles haven't tasted triumph at Pioneer Field since 2014. And what is the second oldest rivalry game in the state of Tennessee, behind Tennessee and Vanderbilt? Carson-Newman versus Tusculum. I don't care what either team's record is. You can throw that stuff out. You're in control of your own destiny for the Mountain Division and a chance to play for a South Atlantic Conference championship. What sticks out to you about this week and going to play another triple option team and Billy Taylor's Tusculum Pioneers?
Right. Well, Coach Taylor's knows what he's doing defensively, so we'll have our hands full there. Coach Lang, their offensive coordinator, is a longtime coordinator at Wofford. I know him well. I have a lot of respect for both of those guys. It's going to be a hard-fought game. Again, we've got to go there. I've played in a lot of these academy games, and to me, this kind of the sense of what it'll be like is that game. The game's going to be shorter because both teams are going to run the football, so mistakes will be at a premium.
I'm not comparing this to Army-Navy in the sense of it being the Army-Navy game, which is probably up there with the top 5 rivalry games nationwide. But from a stylistic sense, you say mistakes are amplified. Give me a sense of what it's like to play in a game where you might only touch the football 8 times.
Yeah, well, you gotta make them all count, and field position matters. turnovers matter, tackles for loss matter. If we were playing Tusculum this past Saturday in the first half, it would have been tough. We didn't play well enough offensively. So it'll be a challenge. It'll be a great game, and I'm excited for the opportunity.
Ashley, pleasure as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.
It's Carson-Newman head football coach Ashley Ingram. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier. This has been the Ashley Ingram Show. Thanks for watching.